EA College Football 25 has come out. Now, I know what you guys are saying. Okay, listen, the early releases come out, but listen, I'm holding off. And this video is for you guys out there who are like, I've seen some of the stuff. I've seen what MMG did. I see what Bordeaux did. They may or may not have been compensated by EA to be there. I'm not sold yet. I'm going to wait until it actually comes out to see whether or not I should buy it. Well, I'm here to tell you right now. I bought the game myself, the early release. For those of you who are waiting on the game, check this stuff out. What is up, everybody? It is Jake back with the MF Film Room. Thank you so much for being here. If you want to be up to date on all things EA College Football, hit that red subscribe button, hit the like button as well, and follow me on Twitter and Instagram. If you like college football content, go subscribe to my other channel, Master Football with Jake Posey. Link is in the description. But enough about all that EA College Football content. Let's go. After years of playing NCAA 14, a game that came out in 2013 on an Xbox I had in 2006, we finally have a college football game of current gen consoles. EA College Football 25 has come out. Now, I know what you guys are saying. Okay, listen, the early releases come out, but listen, I'm holding off. And this video is for you guys out there who are like, I've seen some of the stuff. I've seen what MMG did. I see what Bordeaux did. They may or may not have been compensated by EA to be there. I'm not sold yet. I'm going to wait until it actually comes out to see whether or not I should buy it. Well, I'm here to tell you right now. I bought the game myself, the early release. For those of you who are waiting on the game, check this stuff out. What I want to do with this video is I wanted to make sure that I gave you all an opportunity to give my humble opinion about the game. I've had this channel, this whole MF Film Room is designed for this game. I knew this was going to be coming out. Now, I didn't know what was going to happen, because what if the game came out and it was an absolute dud? Then I'm going to have to pull a Ryan Moody. I'm going to have to go down that. I'm going to have to be the Skip Bayless of college sports video games kind of guys. I have to do something like that. But unfortunately for that villain arc I could have gone down, it looks like I'm not going to have very much ammunition on that. Now, I don't want to get too much into it. I played a little bit of the game here. I had some audio with it, but I wanted to do is go through some of the game, some of my early impressions of the game, especially for those of you guys who are still holding out. You're like, I don't know, all those people that got sent down there, nice, cushy, invitation down to Orlando, check out the game, got to do photo shoots, this and that, early access to the game. It's hard to be objective when your paycheck is dependent upon you not being objective. I mean, could you imagine if any of them were like, hey, I played EA College Football early, and let me tell you something, it's trash. Yeah, they would have never been invited back. So what I want to do is set the precedent for what I've been doing so far, because I've been doing some things a little bit differently than a lot of those bigger YouTubers than myself. But I also want to go through at the end and kind of go through my overall perspectives of the game. So let's get into that right now. All right, so with this footage, what we're going to do is we're going on Heisman difficulty. I said none of that All-American stuff. No shade to the people who play on All-American. Listen, I have heard from many people that they've basically said, like, All-American on this game is equivalent to All Madden on Madden. Now, I know that's apples to oranges comparison, but you understand that the difficulty, perspective for them is, or the difficulty discrepancy is there. So meaning that Heisman is hard, and I will let you know Heisman is real hard. I'm not going to tell you what happened to me against my first FCS game against the Dingoes, okay? We don't need to go there. Also, I've only been playing about a day and a half in. Again, this is just gameplay. If you're looking for, what does Road to Glory have? What's Dynasty? Tell me about Ultimate Team. What's recruiting? Road to Glory, Road to the College Football Playoff. Again, I've just been playing the game so far. What I want to be doing, though, is I've seen a lot of people already have like, oh, I've done this, I've done that. A lot of the YouTube content creators get into the narrative-driven stuff. I told my coach to F off. I went ahead and I rebuilt this team. What I want to do is concentrate on gameplay, the most important aspect of this game, because I think that most people are trying to just get into the narrative-driven stuff. I want to be teaching people how to play this game. Now, I play it a little bit differently. I will say that one thing about this is I'm trying to play it as if I'm playing like a real football game. And I will tell you, as a simulator, it does a pretty good job. Meaning, like if you call, zone stretch or ace halfback 18 stretch on 3rd and 19, it's probably not going to be a good play for you. Now, you can have a good play, but more than likely it's not a good play to call. If you call, 4th and 30 and you call a pass and your quarterback gets jacked up, it's going to make you pay. Again, it's a simulator in that respect. It's still a video game, but it's a pretty good simulator like that. Also, I want to make sure I show here of the film stuff that I have so far. It's mostly offense and some defense. Only a little bit of defense. Again, I'll be going through that. I want to make sure that one of my first videos is going to be just how to play a little bit of defense, because there's been a lot of questions about that. I've also seen how to play quarterback, how to run this playbook, how to run that playbook. I'm going to be making a lot of those here. And again, am I going to be the perfect expert on this? Not necessarily, but I'll put you on the right path for most of those things. So without further ado, we're going to get into that gameplay. And at the end here, we will go over my final thoughts on the game. What's up, guys? We're going to be going through the gameplay here from my humble opinion. Again, I wasn't invited to those super secret special invitations down Orlando, so all we're going to be doing is going over this gameplay from a very, very objective view. And again, another thing out here before we get started, anybody, if they know how to fix OBS, because so far, if I have the game audio on, it gives me this feedback. It doesn't sound good. So we're just going to mute that for right now. But look at this game here. I mean, obviously, you've all played football games. You all know the view. You can come back here and see the play. But playing through this here, it is such a cool game in terms of all the things that you can do. By the way, this is on Heisman difficulty here. Read the play there. Just switch over to cover one. We've got a one high look right here. There's a little drop right there in the center. Again, this game, it feels super smooth. Like I said before, you heard all the people say super, super fast. They were not lying. And when you run the ball, it actually has really cool little dynamics here because you actually have to read the run blocks that you have. You can't just run all the outside. I've got myself a stretch here to the right with Ashton Jeanty, absolute stud here. Check out how we're going to go. So we have to read those blocks, go cut up in the inside, go to the outside. Whoop! Heisman difficulty, what? So coming over here and checking this right side of this line, as we play this forward just a little bit, you're able to see that the cool thing is that tight end right there, 85, the guy has outside shade. So if I run to the outside there, he's going to get tackled. This has happened in games before, but the way that they can do this across multiple positions on the line is really, really cool. We come over here to the running back. We're going to follow our boy Ashton right now. So we come over here. He comes under the line and shoots over the wide receiver to the block. The safety comes down a little too hard and then has to go around the guy, gets a rub, a little juke move at the end there, and then a touchdown. Again, it feels super, super natural. This is the first run play I've had this morning. I have been playing all basically since the game came out, but it's not too difficult to learn this part of the game. Now, Madden has shown this before where you actually can throw the ball on the run. However, this is the first college football game to have throwing on the run because the last one came out in 2013. So what we're going to do is we're going to call a little PA slide here. We're going to roll out to the left, and we're probably going to try and look for Matt Lauder or Latrell Caples, our tight end, and our receiver. Ooh, little shovel pass there. Again, this is the one thing about this game, if I had to sum all of the gameplay up into one word so far, it's smooth. Now, that doesn't mean things cannot go wrong. Trust me, things can go wrong really quickly. As a matter of fact, one thing I like about this game is you'll see across multiple, different examples here that there's just so many opportunities for chaos in the gameplay that, there's no one guaranteed play that's going to win. There's no one guaranteed play that's going to automatically lose. You can play any play. There's one thing I'll say, and I'll come out with a video about this later, where I'm basically going to say there are no automatically work plays. I mean, you saw in some of those early videos where people would just use jet touch pass, and it would just automatically score or automatically get a big gain. Not so much on Heisman difficulty. I've been playing on Heisman difficulty, and that stuff has been shut down. And we've got ourselves an RPO read here, where we've got a little bubble on the right side, and we've got ourselves a slant on the left side. Basically, all we're seeing is whether or not they stay deep on the left, or if they come too far inside on the right. But for the most part, it's going to be a run first, and then at the last second, you either throw it to X or you throw it to RB. We'll see what we got here. Little dive play. Ashton Jeanty 2-yard gain. Again, like I said, there's no guarantees in this game, but there's lots of possibilities. This will be a segue into another video later on. Again, I've got 1,800 mid videos I need to make here, but one thing I've heard from a lot of people says, oh my gosh, passing is so hard. I'm like, it is passing is hard, but just throw it short. Don't come over here and try and do a bunch of amazing things. I'm throwing a little spacing here, 7-8 yards. You can do this on this game. These are not very complex reads. Remember that. I'll be coming out with a video. Don't be afraid to throw the ball short. There's a reason why they do this in a lot of games. They open up with easy passes, get the quarterback warm. Something like this is you'll have to. Again, it's a really good simulator because this is true in real life. You have to throw the ball short. You have to set things up before you come out here and you're just like, oh yeah, I'm just going to go deep on the first play. Okay, you're not necessarily Peyton Manning, Tom Brady can come right out and do that play one cold of Monday Night Football. You can't do that. And when you check out these playbooks, some of these plays, they put so much time into this game because there's so much uniqueness in college football as compared to the NFL. The NFL, it's a lot of copycat league. In a lot of ways, college football is too, but those copycats had to start somewhere. And there's a lot more starters of copycat things here in copycat-worthy things here in college football. Like, first of all, you check out this stuff. This is the go-go offense from UNLV. You're like, what the heck are the two running backs doing on the same side? You check that out. They've got this duo weak, duo over, duo strong. Some of these plays are so cool. This RPO read halfback flat is one of the coolest plays I've ever seen. So this play, you're going to read that outside linebacker to see whether or not he comes down. If he comes down, you keep it. And then if they flow over with X, you go ahead and keep the ball as the quarterback. But if they don't flow with X, you throw it to him and he gets to the outside. So this one right here, we're going to go. and I accidentally read the play wrong. Again, I still need to undo a lot of years of NCAA football 2014 ability. That is how you play this game. Little juke action, little truck action, 10 yards. Again, this game, how long it must have taken them to put this up in the game is absolutely incredible. He's gone, baby. Let's go. Malachi Nelson, baby. Let's go get the insult, baby. Touchdown. And of all their attention to details, one of the things that I was looking most forward to, and who would have known whether or not they would be able to get it in the game or not, because there's only one team in college football that really does this. This is the slow mesh. So I think a slow mesh, what the hell is that? A slow mesh is actually, so it's this is an RPO. It's registered as an RPO in the game, run with a pass option. It's actually the reverse. So the slow mesh is actually passes with run options, meaning that originally you're trying to pass the ball first. And then if all the passes are covered up, then you just reluctantly hand the ball off. So this right here, you've got a bubble on the left, we've got a post on the right. We're trying to throw those first. And if all of that's covered, we just hand the ball off. Boom, 8 yards. Right there, you hand the ball off. It was the last option. Everybody was covered. Safety stayed high. I'm telling you, the amount of detail they put into this game to make it look like this, to make it work like this, is absolutely incredible. So you thought it was unheard of that you would do this, but this game, again, Madden's had this as well, but you actually have the ability to play man coverage as a player. Come up here, press somebody. Missed my guy. Again, defense is still really hard. And last thing here, talking about defense, when you're playing through defense, I tell you, it's a bit of a ramp up. All those people who are saying, oh yeah, you know, it's really, really hard. It is hard, but it's not impossible. I mean, obviously you see me out here taking that pursuit angle. Bam! Okay, I didn't hit him. Did I? I think I got him. Defense is going to be a little bit more of a ramp up for everybody playing, but I do know that for the most part, this game has, again, you see how easy it flows, how smooth everything is. You could tell that they took those 2+ years of making sure that all of this, all of the mechanics, all of the physics really worked out with each other. Now, again, whether or not I know how to do it on my end is a separate story. All right, so in my humble opinion here, at the very end here, it's pretty easy to see. The game, again, people said fast. I don't disagree with that. But I want to provide a bigger clarification for the game. I want to say smooth. You can tell that they've put a lot of time in this game to make sure that the way the people run, how it interacts with each other in terms of like the catch on the run, the this and that, it's very, very smooth in terms of the presentation. Now, that does not mean that there's not potential for chaos. I'm telling you, every single play can work, and every single play can get blown up in the most embarrassing way possible. I am playing on Heisman. It is like that right now. So the potential for chaos, like I said, there's no, so far from what I can tell, there's no, oh yeah, that play automatically works every single time no matter what. There's not a lot of that in this game. There is a zillion ways to play. We see 134 different offensive playbooks and 10 defensive playbooks. It is incredible how many different playbooks there are. I actually think there's 9 defensive playbooks, but there's just, even within those playbooks, you can play Wake Forest playbook a certain way. You can play UNLV's playbook a certain way. You can play Army's playbook a certain way. Again, the fact that there's 134 different plays, there's 150 offenses. No, there's like 3,000 as to whether or not you lean into certain areas of offenses versus others. And I didn't go into the dynasty aspect of it. I didn't go into the ultimate team. I didn't go into Road to Glory, but this truly does. From the different possibilities of what you can do. I played a little bit of Dynasty. I played a little bit of Ultimate Team. I played a little bit of Road to Glory. It is a true RPG experience in that Dynasty, in those career modes, because of how many different adjustments you can have, how many different things you can customize, there's so much to this game. It really does feel like your school. So in Madden, where it's like, yeah, I'm going to be with the Ravens, but I'm basically just being with Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson retires. You're like, all right, I don't want to do this anymore. So a lot of people do. Actually, a lot of people in Madden would 2 or 3 seasons, they're like, all right, I'm kind of bored of this. But with this game, it truly feels like year to year, game to game, series to series, you have different players, different ways to interact. It's awesome in what they put together. So for all you holdouts, and again, I don't hold it against you because you just don't really know. All those guys that went down to EA, they're like, you guys got a front row invitation, you early access to the game. Do you honestly think they're going to be like, yeah, the game sucks. By the way, please invite me back next year. They're not going to do that. They have not given me a dime, but I'm going to tell you right now, the game, very, very smooth. Super, super fun, true RPG experience, potential for chaos on every single play. Nothing automatically works. Nothing automatically is going to be a bad play. It truly is one of the coolest games I've played, and I say that as somebody who's looking for it to be like that. But I was ready for my Ryan Moody, evil villain turn if it didn't turn out the way it did. All right, guys, you guys get in the comments. What do you guys think? Of those of you who've been playing so far, again, you guys already kind of know. Kind of let the people who are still holding out kind of your opinions of the game so far, and all you holdouts, I'm telling you, it's going to be coming out tomorrow. I'm telling you, you will not be disappointed in playing this game. Go check it out. Again, $70. I know it's expensive, but go buy it. It will be worth it. I'm telling you, and I will be making sure if you're like, I don't know how to do this, it's so hard. I'll be helping out that more on videos in the future. So get in the comments right now. Let me know what you guys think about the game so far. All you guys who have been playing, or those of you who've been holding out a little bit. Any last questions, you let me know. But beyond that, guys, I will see you guys later. I am out.